These days, I have the impression that my satiety is louder than my hunger. What exactly does that mean? I've spent a considerable amount of time and effort over the last 4 months during my metabolic reset and restoration to understand hunger, to manage it, to feel it, to recognize it, and to respect it. In some ways, hunger is a little bit like the wind. It's easy to feel, it's easy to recognize, but the moment you try to grab it and pin it down, it becomes more elusive. Over the last 4 months, since I began this documentary series, I have felt hunger, but I haven't experienced true deep hunger that comes from deprivation, that comes from not enough food. It's hard for me to talk about that type of hunger because I simply haven't experienced it recently. Now, while I was diabetic and during the time that my metabolic system was out of whack, I would experience signals calling for food, and those signals were often very urgent. They led me to the kitchen at night. They led me to the refrigerator between meals. And so the nature of the hunger that I experience today, while my body's in a state of metabolic stability and metabolic flexibility, is very different. I would describe my hunger, the hunger that I experience these days, as being patient, not urgent. It's much easier to deal with. One of the things that surprised me the most is that my satiety feelings, my feelings of satisfaction, of having had enough food, is becoming clearer than my hunger signals. This is very recent. It's just over the last week or so I've started being able to articulate what's happening here, but my brain really hasn't caught up. But this is what is happening. I eat full meals. Anybody who's watched my past videos will know I put a lot of emphasis on having a clean start and a clean end to my meals, polished off with a walk usually. And so the question becomes, well, how do I know when I've eaten enough? I'm not counting calories, so that can't be the measure. And the answer is satiety. My satiety tells me when I've had enough and makes it effortless for me to close the meal. According to artificial intelligence, listening to my satiety, not eating past my satiety, is an excellent way of managing how many calories I consume. And that's what I've been doing, and it's working. And I'm amazed almost every time when I come to the end of a meal and I'm like, okay, great, I feel great. I don't need any more. I don't need to graze, I don't need to snack, I don't need a little extra bite. I'm good. I'm ready for my walk. And the composition of the meals have a large part to play in all that, I believe. If my previous diet was, let's say, 60% or 65% carbs and 20% protein, I would say those numbers are reversed today. I've changed the way I eat and what I eat, and so my diet includes carbs for sure. I can't live without carbs. I don't know if anybody can live without carbs, but it's reversed. There's more protein in my diet today. There's more fiber in my diet today, and I think that really helps with my satiety signals. Stay tuned, because tomorrow is episode 120 of the Morningwood Chronicles, which leaves me 60 more days to document and share my experience here in the forests of Washington. And I expect that there'll be at least one, maybe two more episodes on hunger and satiety, because these have become such big subjects of my attention, my energy, and my effort.